everybody would have some capability of learning the trade, even if they don't feel that they're going to master the art. You have to start somewhere.
And it's not rocket science,
right?
Like
not at all.
Is a great business on the part of the business. Detailing is great,
right?
And on the technical part, which is actually doing the work, it's not hard.
Wings Mobile Detailing is completely reinventing what auto care means, and with that comes opportunity. We offer you a chance to leverage our 5-star franchise business model.
Hello guys, everyone, Andre here with the Wings Mobile Detailing podcast or videocast. We're here today with John. John has been in detailing business for, 20 years, John?
Oh, 32.
32 years. 32 years. Wow, that was more than I even thought. 32 years in the detailing business. We've been talking, and we're going to go over with a lot of experience that he has, a lot of insights in his business. He's now franchising with Wings Mobile Detailing in Richmond area. He's got his operations all running smooth with multiple vans of his. But we'll get to open up here and see more about your knowledge.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be on iTunes and Spotify as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll post everywhere on YouTube.
Awesome.
So when you started detailing, you've been 32 years in business.
Correct.
And I know you have experience with different types of employees.
Oh gosh,
some
yes.
ideas, tips.
Sure.
You can probably, when an employee is calling you to an interview, you can probably read from their first word if they're a go or not.
That's the first step.
Yeah. And now, but going back on your story for when you first started, you didn't start in detailing the first business that you were in.
Oh, no. I've had multiple trades, but I started detailing effectively 32 years ago. I sold insurance for many years and had side jobs, if you will. I worked part-time for some auto washes and that kind of thing. Never a true car wash, but a lot of used car sales that needed somebody to wash and wax their cars and keep them clean. And so I gained a lot of experience early years.
Yes.
And I would venture to say between maybe 18 to 26, 27-ish.
Yeah.
And I would say probably 6 months out of the year or part-time type of status that I would clean cars.
Yeah.
So my first day with a buffer, the fellow at the used car lot had to give me all the instructions because the very first thing he said was, if you push too hard or too much compound, you could take the paint off. So of course, being young and naive, I wanted to make sure I followed all the steps properly.
And you don't mess up a car.
Yes. But when I first got through it and he instructed me and I did a few cars and I saw the luster of the paint surface to the top and just see a beautiful shine come about, it developed a passion.
Yeah.
And then from there, I built on that passion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And this experience, guys, that John's talking about is not the type of repetitive experience that I sometimes mention on the show. He has new experience for all these years that he's been in. His, growing his business for these years, and gotten to how many vans did you got to? That you're
right now 5.
5.
Yes.
5 vans going out.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with Charlottesville, there's 2 in Charlottesville. There's 1 in Waynesboro, Stanton, and the remaining here in Richmond.
Amazing.
Yes, and we started in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
And then drifted off because per capita there were more cars in Richmond. So we decided it would definitely be a good market.
Yes. And before the detailing, you were in sales. I mean, everybody's in sales, I guess, right? We're all selling.
Sales specifically in insurance.
Yeah.
I was in a 3-piece suit going out there visiting with customers. Now I'm in a t-shirt and jeans making more than what I was in insurance.
Oh, yeah. But you were good in insurance anyways.
I loved it.
You were great.
I have that gift for gab, they say.
That's awesome.
So.
That's awesome. And very, 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 very wise as well, I can tell from you, and genuine. So that's definitely a great point, because a lot of times we can be around people who they can have more of a extrovert attitude, but they're not necessarily genuine in a way. So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So in sales, in the insurance sales, what's the story that you're telling me, if you don't mind sharing.
How it went about?
Yeah.
So I was in a specialty market.
Uh-huh.
The contractors we would insure, as well as the building owners, because they specialized with asbestos removal, which is the fibers that are found in insulation in older buildings, usually pre-1980. So they'd have to contact us. I was with AIG, which is American International Group. And we'd have to sell them the policies, but the policies would be on the low end of $400,000 a year to millions, 10 million, 20 million. And so I found it was great energy, if you will, to be able to negotiate a deal of such large capacity. And I'm a ham, so I wanted to eat it up anyway, and just negotiate and get that check to bind the coverage.
Yeah.
And so as I was
And
telling
back then,
you,
how old were you?
26, 27 at the time. So getting to this, I was very comfortable. I love the lifestyle of selling for an insurance company. It felt like a lot of power to it. But the best thing is sharpening the skills, becoming a better negotiator through the power of selling, Anthony Robbins and sorts, and the principles of the company, recognizing my achievements at a young age. I mean, 27 years old and you're bringing $1 million of premium. I'd only wish that all went to me, but I got a very small portion of that as a commission. And, so the combination, I have the sales now and the skills of having to wash a car. Like we were talking earlier about buffing a car.
Yeah.
And that was about the limit. That was about the limit of special skills I had by that age.
And you closed that deal with the
Oh,
executive.
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then it was time to go out and celebrate.
Yeah. And then go to the next one.
Yes.
And then you moved to detailing after you went to, and you were in Palm Beach, you said?
Palm Beach, Florida. So my per se career in auto detailing really commenced there. So Palm Beach is a very exclusive community in Florida. High-end vehicles, Rolls-Royce, Bentleys, Jaguars, Porsche. Those are the higher-end cars, of course. And then I had contracts for limousine companies where they would, and interestingly enough, there's a very prominent resort on the island of Palm Beach known as the Breakers. So this is where the rich and famous would go and take their families, musicians included, and actors, actresses, for the tune of $1,000+ a night. But downstairs, they had limousines, and they would run you from the Breakers Resort up to the local supermarket for $45, $50 some odd a run. If you wanted to go to the Catholic Church, St. Edward's, maybe $50, $60. And I was contracted by them at an hourly rate to do them. And then after 6 months or so, I believe it was salary. And
so kind of like an employee in a way.
Yeah.
You were working for them.
Exactly. And now I'm really sharpening up the skills because I've got more volume coming through.
Yes.
And I was doing some touch-up paint on the limousines when they get scratched. But a lot more intensity because they have to be perfect the way they roll out for the customer. Ownership of the limousine company pretty much raved about the quality of service. And I'm a little more humble, so I kind of question, you sure you're really happy with this? I want to make sure, I understand you're spending a lot of money, but a little bit of insecurity by myself because it wasn't originally my forte. But when they kept saying, different people kept saying, wow.
You started to get your confidence up.
Yes, it's looking great. And that actually was a big drive, Andre. The confidence. I knew with others saying what a great job you're doing, and I hear that and it's reinforced. Of course, it affects your self-esteem, your self-worth, your values. So then I had that confidence.
You have more, when you get to a point, because everybody starts in detailing concerned that they cannot, provide a great service. And I think that's where the problem lies of you actually acquiring services, selling services, and acquiring clients, right?
Right. And I don't think it would be everybody, as you note. A select few may feel that, but then there's always room for improvement. Everybody would have some capability of learning the trade, even if they don't feel that they're going to master the art. You have to start somewhere.
And it's not rocket science,
Right.
Like
Not at all.
is a great business on the part of the business. Detailing is great,
Right.
and on the technical part, which is actually doing the work, it's not hard, right?
I'll be honest with you. Sales is about money,
Yeah.
but I enjoy the feat of having to tackle a car that's problematic. Because if I could make that car and get the customers kudos after I'm done,
Yes.
it's a home run. Makes me feel terrific.
Yes.
And the likelihood is I wouldn't have to resell them because they're going to come back to me anyway.
And what I love about the business of detailing, as we were talking about clients being happy, it's because there are certain industries that the clients will bring their car to you because they're forced to, like a mechanic, right?
Right.
Like, oh, my car broke down. Shit, I got to take my car there. And then as a detailing, I want to take my car there. They're happy about it. The technical part, I always say that, the technical part of doing the job itself is also nice. It's great to detail cars. A lot of people enjoy car
Right.
guys, so it's great on the employees to have employees in this industry. Clients, they are happy with you. You provide a great service.
Right.
They're even happier. They tip, and it's lucrative.
Oh, yes.
Which is important. Yeah.
That's the best part of all, lucrative.
Yeah. That's what any business got to think about that.
Exactly.
And so, John, from there is when you learned being in that business. So what was your process? I definitely want like a clear view of your process from leaving that limousine company or detailing those cars to, hey, now I saved a certain amount of money and I'm going to start my own business, but I don't have clients now. So, or did you already?
Well, that is very interesting. So